through the door, the lady says, don't make any sudden movements. And the police fly from the trees, the bushes, the sides of the street, everywhere. He thought it was a mistaken identity. He said that the moment that he looked at me and they said to him, can we search your house? Because it's in your name, it's not in hers, so we can't search your house. And he said, yeah. And I said, don't let him search your house. They don't have a warrant. He was like,
oh, damn. What did you get me into?
He looks at him and he goes, do you have a warrant? And they were like, no. And he was like, he can't search my house. And he was so devastated. And I was like, and then the person was like, well, we'll lock your house up, make you go out and still get a warrant. It'll take like 12 hours, something ridiculous, whatever. They lightly searched a little bit, looked around, and they were on their way out. However, they looked through the windows on the garage and saw my car that's registered to me in the garage. So they turned back around and searched my car, which is where they found the fake license plates and the necklace.
Women are losing men because men don't tolerate disrespect. Nowadays, women are so used to getting away with things just because they're attractive, just because they look like a regular peaches. Society lets them get away with whatever bullshit they bring to the table. Pretty privilege is a real thing. I'm telling you, man. I'm pretty sure you probably noticed it by now. But you know what real men don't tolerate? And I'm not talking about the fake man. I'm not talking about those men that are calling themselves men today and tomorrow they are little boys or whatever. I'm talking about real men. The men that have real men engraved on their bloodline, bro. Those type of men don't tolerate disrespect. No matter how pretty she is, no matter how rich she is, no matter if it's their dream girl or whatever, they don't tolerate it. But anyways, yo, without further ado, we got another reaction. So make sure to click the like button and subscribe. And let's go.
My twin sister and I, both 18 female, took a genetic test and we do not share any DNA.
Twin sister.
What should be my next step when no one in the family is telling me why? I've read this before, saucy.
Yeah. Okay.
My twin and I are fraternal twins. Recently, we took a genetic test for fun because we wanted to see what we shared and the differences between us. Since we still share genes, fraternal twins are like siblings genetically. My grandparents had suggested the test and got them for us, so our parents didn't know about it, but our results made no sense. My twins was coming up almost completely as Eastern European and Western European, which makes sense, as most of our family are Croatian, German, and Austrian. So all of that would be accurate, but mine wasn't saying anything like that. It was almost completely Scandinavian with some Russian and a couple of other places, neither of which were on my twins' results. She had a very small percentage of Scandinavian, but that was it. And we had no matched DNA, which clearly seemed impossible. We were literally twins. We have to share DNA.
Oh my goodness.
My twins said there must have been a mix-up with the samples with someone else. We ended up contacting the company and my twin and I took the test again. It was the same result. Both my twin and I were really confused. We told our grandparents and they said that was interesting and nothing else.
That's interesting.
That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Else. My twins said we should tell our parents and see if they had ever done a genetic test or if any of our siblings had, and then we could see if somehow ours were still right. I mean, it kind of made sense I'd had Scandinavian because I'm much taller than my mother and quite a bit taller than my twin. And I'm way better at football or handball than she is. Irrelevant.
Fat?
Irrelevant. Yeah.
Literally.
That bit, irrelevant. And I'm very blonde compared to the rest of my family, but I thought it was the German in us. When we told our mother, they reacted almost the same way as our grandparents, but she seemed annoyed and said that they're inaccurate anyway, and our grandparents shouldn't have told us to take one. And when we asked our father, he basically said nothing. I'm confused. I know my twin thinks it's a mistake, but I don't think so. We have to share DNA, about 50%. That's how twins and siblings work. Even though we're fraternal, we should still share quite a bit of DNA. But other explanations don't make sense. My mother can't have cheated on my father because my twin and I would still share some DNA. Just less, because we would have different fathers. The results mean we can't share a parent or even be related. But I don't see why my parents would adopt me if I'm not their child, when I don't think they've ever been to Scandinavia, and why would they adopt a baby that's almost exactly the same age as their baby? I'm panicking. The person I'm closest to in the whole world, who I thought I shared a womb with, might not even be related to me. My birthday might not even be real. None of this makes sense, and no one is telling me the truth. I am also scared my twin might tell her boyfriend about it, and then people might end up knowing that I'm some kind of fraud and my family isn't my family at all. Edit. I called the clinic where my mother gave birth to all of my siblings. The day of my birthday, my mother is in the records, but only for one birth. Not two, not twins. I don't know if this is an error or my mother didn't give me.
Do you know why nobody in the family is telling you why? Chances are your mama, she a criminal. She stole you from somebody else. You're not her biological baby. That's the truth, you know? So, I mean, the fact that she's sugarcoating and feeding you BS, chances are she knows exactly what she's talking about. And I wouldn't be surprised the night where she gave birth if she didn't just sneak you and your little sister out of that hospital quickly and booked it. You know, you're not her biological child. To put it simply, I don't know how complicated you gotta make it. You gotta realize that at some point you're a robbed baby. You were stolen.
Honestly, I love being single because as a woman, I feel like you miss out on so many opportunities. And I'm talking about like wholesome opportunities, nothing to do with like actual relationships. For example, every Sunday I go for a massage and then I take myself out to dinner. So today when I did that, I go to this restaurant and they have this like bar counter set up where like, you know, each person is sat next to each other, shoulder to shoulder. And it was a full house. So I was sat next to these two guys that look really average. Like honestly, one guy looked like a computer science geek, the other just looked like an average Johnny. And you never guess what these guys did. One of them owns a bunch of businesses here in Bali and Australia, and he's on his money. The other one is an event organizer for music festivals around the world with the likes of Bryson Tiller, Rema, Lauryn Hill, Thames, big names. Like he was casually texting Jay Sean while we were at dinner. And the reason I was able to like just talk to these people is because I went there by myself. I was having a good time, inhaling my food. So naturally they were curious, oh my God, this girl's like enjoying herself clearly. What was she about? And then we struck up a conversation, got to talking, and they're so nice and such interesting people. And I feel like these kind of opportunities you don't get when you're in a relationship. So enjoy being single because you never know when you're going to meet your partner. And in the meantime, take these events as blessings.
You know why you like being single is because you know you get attention when you're single as opposed to you being with your man. Chances are if you're dating and you went to this place, there is no way in hell you would have chatted with these guys, because you know, especially with your boyfriend being in the room, no way in hell would you have let that slide, you know, unless your boyfriend is you know, unless you're paying the bill and your boyfriend is just tagging along and you call the shot in that relationship, there is no way in hell you'd be able to talk to other men. And vice versa too. Men don't really like approaching when the girl is there with her boyfriend or husband or whatever, right? So the fact that you are single and you go to this place, it's kind of like an open invitation for, you know, men to come chat you up. That's why you like it, you know. It's the same with men. You know, men prefer being single when they go out. You think men love to travel to different country, these different resorts and stuff? You think they love to travel with their girlfriend or their wife? No, they do not, because they know what they're missing out. Chances are they're at this place, they see other attractive women, and they're like thinking, like, what the hell am I doing here? I should have came with the boys. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. It goes both ways, you know. Women, they want to be single when they go to these places because they want attention that come with it. Like, you know, a woman is not happy when she goes to like the beach with her man, you know, or her husband, you know, especially when she want to wear the bikini, she want to show off the goods, but her boyfriend is there, he's not going to tolerate that. You know, she feels like she's being cornered a little bit. She feels like she's being controlled. So that's why they don't like it, and that's why you don't like it. But you know, when they're single, when they're with their girls, they can dress as slutty as they want, no questions about it. Nobody gonna say nothing. There ain't gonna be no fight. There ain't gonna be no screaming. It only happens when they're there with their partner. And same thing with the dudes, right? So obviously there's a reason why you would like to be single.
I had found out I was pregnant a week earlier. That Friday they raided the house and he didn't know. So like he answers the door and then he gets me and says that the lady's out there to see you with the police vest. He has no idea that I've ever been a criminal. He thinks I'm in town for a change of pace and going to this community college because I was overwhelmed with the big university. So now I walk through the door. The lady says, don't make any sudden movements. And the police fly from the trees, the bushes, the sides of the street, the everywhere. He thought it was a mistaken identity. He said that the moment that he looked at me and they said to him, can we search your house because it's in your name, it's not in hers, so we can't search the house. And he said, yeah. And I said, don't let them search your house. They don't have a warrant. He was like,
oh, damn. What did you get me into?
He looks at him and he goes, do you have a warrant? And they were like, no. And he was like, you can't search my house. And he was so devastated. And I was like, and then the person was like, well, we'll lock your house up, make you go out and still get a warrant. It'll take like 12 hours, something ridiculous, whatever. They lightly searched a little bit, looked around, and they were on their way out. However, they looked through the windows on the garage and saw my car that's registered to me in the garage. So they turned back around and searched my car, which is where they found the fake license plates and the necklace. They took me away for that. And I was like, listen, all I ask is that when our child is born, because obviously I'm in custody now, so baby's being born, you please afford my family the opportunity to have a relationship with him and whatever. And he was like, I'm sticking by you. T brought our son to see me every Sunday for 10 years.
My goodness, you got yourself a good man. I hope you stick with him because he's stuck with you through your thinnest moments, you know. And the fact that you didn't even disclose to him you're a hardcore criminal, I mean, that beats me, man. Like, if I found out my wife was a criminal and the cops are there, I'd be like, take her hell away. But the fact that I guess you're having his child, he probably felt, you know, the best thing for him to do was stick with you no matter what. But I mean, imagine that, you know, you found a girl, you think she's decent, meanwhile her past, she has criminal behavior there, and literally you're figuring this out alongside the cops. Like, that's the sake of hidden identity. Like, you know, I don't know, I don't blame him if he left your ass at this point, because like, you weren't even honest with him. Like, this is how wholesome he was. He knew he did nothing wrong. He was willing to let the police check the house, search the house. He was willing to, you know, let them do what they needed to because he knew he was innocent. But your ass, on the other hand, you're a criminal. Your whole past, you kept it hidden. Now it's catching up with you. That's crazy. Now, from my understanding, she did go to jail and he did stick with her. I think he kept on bringing their child along to visit her. So that's wild, man. You know, when you think men are bad, women are 10 times as worse. Like, how could you hide your past from the father of your child like that? That's insane. That beats me, man. Good for him, though. You know, he has a really great moral compass to be able to take this BS. Because no other men would have. They would have been like, yo, go to jail. I don't give a shit.
Mate.
Hear me out. So I was dating this one girl for a year and a half, right? And I found out she was fucking my cousin. So after I found that out, I was like, damn. So I was chilling one night and my mom was asleep and I didn't have a car at the time. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just take her car. So I took her car. I was just driving around and I had a little extra cash in my pocket. So like, I had a little extra cash in my pocket and my plan wasn't to like buy, right? I was obviously trying to, you feel me? I was just driving around. So boom, I hit a corner and that corner, there's just like be on every headlight damn near. So I pulled up next to this little light-skinned baddie, right? I rolled my window down. She said, what you want? I was like, how much? She said, we could talk prices after. I said, I get in the car. She's like, so what you need? And I'm like, honestly, I'm not trying to do nothing. I'm just trying to talk. And she kind of looked at me like,
First things first, all I gotta say, your cousin is not really your cousin. That's your enemy right there. How could your cousin do you that dirty? You guys are particularly sharing the same bloodline. Like, how could your cousin do you like that? You know, if it's one thing being a friend who sabotages you like that, because you know friends could become snakes, but your cousin, that must hurt. And another thing is the direction of where this story went, I wasn't expecting that. I literally thought you did the deed without money. But looks like you just wanted a conversation. So did you pay for a conversation? Like, that's the worst thing. That's so sad, man. Imagine paying a hooker to have a conversation at 3 a.m., bro. That's... you gotta be really low for that, right? Like, imagine that. Like, I can't even really decipher that. Like, you steal your mom's car at 3 a.m. or whatever. You're driving in whatever strip you're at, and you pick up a hooker. Just have a conversation. You're gonna pay her how much? 300, 500? For what, 30-minute conversation? You know, if you have any more, 10 more minutes, and she's gonna charge you what? Like what, $40 more? Damn, that's a money grab. You wasted your money, man. You might as well have just gone and bought yourself some liquor and just drank your sorrows away. How are you gonna have a conversation with a hooker about getting cheated on? Like, that's the last person you should be talking about relationship or, you know, problems going on in your life. Damn.
Am I the asshole for not telling my girlfriend I was going to break up with her if she went on vacation with male friends? Basically, my girlfriend went on vacation with her male friends. I told her this made me uncomfortable, and I didn't want her to go. By the way, she used to hook up with one of them before she met me. She told me that it'd be fine and that they're like brothers to her. I already made the decision.
Incest. Okay.
I already made the decision to break up with her right then and there, but I wanted to get my stuff from her place before anything, and I figured I should do that while she's gone. I didn't want to break up over text or call, so I waited for her to come back. I picked her up when she came home, dropped her off, and gave her the key to her place and broke up. She started crying, and she figured it was because of the vacation. She keeps saying that nothing happened. I told her that she knew I was uncomfortable with this, and she still went. She mentioned that I should have said that I'd break up with her if she went, and that if she knew that, she never would have gone. I told her that I didn't want to be controlling and threaten her with ending the relationship. We kept going back and forth for a while. Edit, and then there's an update. So edit number 1, a lot of y'all are assuming an awful lot here. Most of you are cool, but just to give you a bit more context, she never actually introduced me to these friends. Even though I mentioned that I wanted to meet them, she kept making excuses. She never told me she used to hook up with her friend. I only found out because I found an old picture of them kissing when she was showing me some old travel pics. And I was okay with their friendship until now. This was just too much for me. Most of y'all are cool, I swear, but some of you guys just act like cheaters don't exist. Did she cheat on me? Who knows? But at this point, I was sick of doubting. My post got a lot of attention. I responded to a few comments and even edited it, so I figured I should update you all. Her male friend reached out to me on Instagram, the one she used to hook up with. He asked if I was dating my ex, and I told him what happened. He actually apologized, and he said that he didn't know that we were still dating. He said that my ex was talking mad shit about me, and he was confused. Apparently, my ex-girlfriend told him that we broke up months ago, and they have been hooking up regularly since.
Oh!
Yes,
Right.
including the trip. The guy even showed me some pics of the two of them kissing during the trip, so that explains why she never wanted me to meet them. So all of my suspicions were correct. The guy actually seemed like a decent guy, though. He apologized a lot for what he did. I don't hold any resentment towards him, and I'm glad that I got confirmation that I made the right decision. So to all of you who supported me, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. And one last comment to some of you. My insecurity kept me from wasting any more of my time. And so, yeah. And then the top comment is, I hope that dude dumps her. So her the best friend, brother, kisser.
Nah, this guy did the right thing, 100%. Off the bat, you laid your expectation. If she didn't follow it, that's up to her. Matter of fact, just the whole reason we're going on a trip with her male friends, that's out of pocket. You know, you shouldn't trust that. Good thing you relied on your judgment, because if you allowed that to happen, you better be ready for some bad news to come your way. We already know how these trips go. You know, no matter what, don't even trust their girlfriends, right? If they go on, like, you know, out of country with their girlfriends, that alone is not even a good thing, you know. But in this case, she was willing to travel with her male friends, and she hooked up on one of them. Nah, that's nonsense. It's great you relied on your judgment here and your guts and your, you know, because in the end it was right. You know, the thing, that dude came forward and told you how it is, you know, because right now, if he didn't come forward and maybe you let her go to this trip, whatever, you wouldn't have known. How would you have known? So it's a good thing that you broke it up before she went on that trip. Now I get it, she was trying to come her way around, saying if you had told her you're gonna break up with her, if she had went, she wouldn't have gotten. Nah, that's just her way of trying to cope with it. Meanwhile, she was already cheating behind your back to begin with, and she's trying to string you along with it. Now, she seems in my part like she's not ready to be serious with you. So what you did was actually right. And not the dude, man, who, you know, I get it, he was destroying your relationship, whatever, by hooking up with her. It's not his fault, he didn't know. Good on him for being a good lad and actually coming forward with a message and telling you how it is, you know. So that's great. You dodged a bullet on this one.
He's a mechanical engineer, so like he could get any girl he wants, probably.
I don't think that's a true statement.
What the hell?
I don't think that you didn't. If you would have said he's like the lead singer of Vampire Weekend,
pitcher.
But like
he's a pitcher for the Astros. Yeah, okay. You know what? He's around a lot of women.
This feels specific to you, like this guy.
He's what? A mechanical engineer.
Now, I got to tell you, just in
I mean,
reality,
they make
that's
money.
a joke.
They
I
make
don't
money,
know.
but do they seem like these guys at the bar? Oh my God! Relax, ladies. There's a group of mechanical engineers over there.
Not reality for anybody except for
excuse me. This velvet roped area is for mechanical engineers only.
Yeah, no, not reality.
Who
Women
told
are jumping.
you
Yes.
that mechanical engineers are playboys? Who poisoned your mind?
Yeah, you know, they're right. There is no way in hell a mechanical engineer is like so charming unless he's like competing against other, you know, nerds or whatever. computer science geeks, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he's charming to them, you know, girls who are on the same field as him. But if you're talking about in general, nah, mechanical engineer, no, not even. You know, if you're about to talk like he's a singer, you know, he's a drummer or whatever, he plays instrument, he plays a guitar or something, footballer, whatever he is, actor, and then yeah, for sure, he's gonna get a lot of action because he's in the entertainment business. But if you're talking about like mechanical engineer, he's in the oil and gas, he's construction, nah, man, come on. In what world? That's the thing, right? A lot of women are so misinformed about this whole idea about attraction and what occupation attract them. Like, you know, they think that's like you can do a construction and you're gonna get bitches. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't how it works. You ain't gonna be working there in, you know, hot ass summer day, 150 degrees ass weather, bro, hammering them nails away, working on the railroad and expecting to get all the bodies. That's not how it works. I don't know in what world. Maybe in other places, other country, maybe 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, maybe that will be the new attraction feature. But as of right now, no, it doesn't work.
I just found out that my two close friends have been sleeping together for years, on and off, casually. Like, just as friends doesn't mean anything. Never told me. We're friends, the three of us. We hang out, the three of us, all the time. Never said anything. Never even caught a vibe. And they never said anything. Am I so uncool that I couldn't have known? What did they think I was gonna do? Post it on the internet?
You know what? Maybe there's a reason as to why they didn't disclose this to you. Maybe they know you have a big mouth. Maybe they knew if they told you this, you were not gonna take it well. You're gonna go run and tell the whole world, go on Twitter and start tweeting, message all your Facebook friends, disclose all of this. You know, maybe they wanted to keep it private. And maybe they didn't want it to interfere with you guys' friendship. Maybe they knew that once it discloses to you, the whole friendship dynamic would change. So they didn't want that. Or maybe, to put it simply, they were still just, you know, deciding of when is the correct time to tell you, right? I mean, I would imagine it would probably be awkward. You probably wouldn't have taken it well if they just came up forward and told you, hey, we're seeing each other. You would probably start feeling like you're the third wheel everywhere you go now. Like before they were together, maybe you guys would do everything together and feel like equally, you know, you all of you are submerged in this activity. But the fact that now they're seeing each other is gonna feel like you're third wheeling on their date every time. Like, just imagine you're asking them, let's go to the concert. Then it's gonna, you know, you're gonna feel that moment like you're just tagging along on their date. Maybe you're gonna go to the grocery store, you're gonna feel like you're tagging along with them. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be a good feeling, and I don't think they wanted to make you feel like that way, right? That's why they didn't tell you. So I don't know. I don't think you should take offense. I think it was with good intention, or you have a big mouth, simply put. You were gonna lay out their business out there, so that's the reason.
We just saw the finest man. Let me show you. Okay, so we saw these floaties and we thought of a good pickup line, but we lost him. So we're gonna find him. Okay, we found him. Excuse me? I just thought you were really cute. Are you single?
I am.
I want you to float into my life and inflate your ego.
Wow, how the fuck did you come up with that one?
Well, I saw this floaty and I thought you were cute, so I was just, yeah, do you want to float into my life?
Okay. Man, I feel like I recognize you from somewhere.
I mean, we're in LA, so it's like a small place, but...
Are you from here originally?
No, I'm not from here.
Oh my god, I know what it is.
What?
You do those Jackpot World videos, don't you?
Oh my god, no! Jesus. No, you recognizing me for the Jackpot World videos? Oh god. Okay, well, maybe we could talk more about those videos since you're interested over lunch or by a poolside.
Yeah, I think I'm okay. I don't really want to be another one of those guys.
In the videos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know if you're taking one right now, but I just wanted to let you know I don't consent to being on film, so...
Well, you're not really in it, so... Okay. Alright, well, alright. Have a good one.
You know what? If this is a real video and it's not staged, good on him. At least he laid it right there and then, you know? And at least he was really aware, like, you're doing this for your TikTok. You know, that's the last thing. Imagine that, right? Like, he's not ready to be put on there, made fun of. He's not ready to be made the subject of your video. You know what I'm saying, right? He doesn't want to be the main entertainment to whatever you're filming, right? So good on him for disclosing, and good on him for rejecting you on that. Because if this was a genuine and you actually found him attractive or whatever, you wouldn't have been recording. What are you recording for? You know, you would have left this at its own moment, right? You should have turned off all the cameras and stuff and genuinely talked to him and picture shot, right? But you're there with a camera trying to, I don't know, catch him. I don't know what you're hoping to get. You know, you're trying to catch him, what? Embarrass him or something, or trying to use it later, or tell him it's just a prank, or just trying to get a reaction, or I don't know what you're hoping to get out of this, but his response was golden. As a good man, even though I'm a little bit, you know, it's a little bit questionable if he's straight or not. Like, I don't think he's straight. He doesn't seem like he's straight, but if he is, man, he did the right thing. And yeah, your ass deserves to get rejected, because this is not cool. Especially if you're interested in him, you don't have to roll up with a camera like that. Like, come on. All right. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Make sure to click the like button, subscribe. Let me know what y'all thought about it. Till next time, easy.